So my good buddy here on YouTube, JR Wisdom, created this video called Men Ignore Thick Attention Seeking Snow Bunny. And I wanted to know who was this person, and it is Fashion Daily Walks, a lady by the name of Mandy Lee. Now she's this white lady, and she's walking around in these particular clothes or dresses, and let's just say that she has she got a real fat butt, you know, especially for a lady who's supposed to be, let's say, Caucasian. And she's walking around. She has a photographer or a videographer behind her, really catching the fact that she got a nice butt. But when she's doing this in certain parts of the town, she's being ignored by certain groups of men. And I want to kind of get into JR Wisdom's commentary, and then I'm going to come back.
So she takes a walk, obviously has the cameraman behind her, or camera woman, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Walking past some guys that may be doing construction or whatever. And she was hoping to get catcalled or something like that. And the guys didn't even wink. I think majority of those guys, maybe at a first glance, I had to go back and look, but they appeared to be white guys. And as far as a white guy, she's looked at as overweight. She's on the heavy side. The bros are going to be all over her. She's double.
Yeah, brothers ain't got no damn sense.
Double cheeked up, as you see, got the dress. And if you guys didn't know, have you guys noticed this trend of a lot of women putting a camera in their back pocket or putting their phone in their back pockets and walk through New York City just to get guys' reactions, and they're turning around and doing all this stuff like that? Have you guys seen those videos? I don't know if I'll put one on here for you guys to see, but it's something that these attention-seeking women, newsflash, if you got some buns and you're walking through the city, you got a figure, you got it on display, men are going to look. I don't know why women act, oh my goodness, how dare he catcalled me. Yeah, it is distasteful when guys try to do all that catcalling and stuff, but saying hello, speaking, and things like that, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're walking out there dressed as if you're naked, clothed, it's one of the signs of the end times. Women will be dressed, but they will look naked. You know what I mean? That's how it goes. Guys, attention is the currency of women.
All right, let me kind of deal with that right there, right? This woman, let's see if we can put a picture of her face there, all right? Let me just be honest. Have a real tough conversation. If this lady is black, it would be very difficult for her. That equivalent in looks are African. It's going to be very difficult for that same person to get 1.6 million TikTok followers, because this lady is not what you would consider in, amongst the European community to be like conventionally very attractive. But she does have a big behind, and I can guarantee you that at least 40-50% of her following is black men. But this is what happens with a lot of us, and I'm pretty sure she got a black boyfriend. We have no problem accepting somebody who looks and acts like that. And like I said, she's just walking, right? Trying to attention seek. But guys who actually have something going for them, this is not going to be it. Because number one, look at what you're trying to get accomplished. You're looking to get men's attention, and you have a nice butt, which is true. But now what else do you have? Because if you're a certain guy, a certain caliber guy, that's easy to get anywhere. But now what else are you bringing to the particular table? Now, I know y'all don't like to have conversations about that, but especially black men, yeah, they'll take her all day. But white men, no. White men, when you don't meet the standard, for the most part, you don't meet the standard. And I'm talking about the white men that she would be interested in. But I got another video, like, why are men just paying women no attention in general? Let's talk about that. Because yes, this is an example of women going that way, but why are women not paying attention why are men not paying attention to women in general? I want to play this clip. Let's see what we got.
Why does this type of guy seem to ignore women? I'm going to tell you why in this video. Let's get into it. Number one, they know their value. They value their time and attention, and they're not going to use it to inflate a woman's ego. They're goal-driven. They are too busy chasing purpose to be chasing women. This type of guy does not need to be in a relationship. Trust me, he's good being alone. So he's not desperate to fill up the space with a woman. He's calculated. He's strategic. And he probably knows the woman that he's interested in. A lot of guys want her too, and are probably giving her a whole lot of attention. And he ain't gonna be like everybody else, which is gonna make her wonder. This man does have a busy life. He has incredibly high standards for the women that he decides to pursue. So if he does decide to pursue you, he made a calculated decision to do so. Remember, just like she got options, he got options too. Because he's confident and he's secure in himself. He doesn't need the validation of a woman's interests. He knows his value and he knows his worth.
So this is Why Do Sigma Males Ignore Women by Love Samantha Lee. And again, she is, typical, it's like a TikToker on YouTube or something like that. But this is talking about like a lot of Sigma males. And Sigma males, the difference between them and alpha males is alpha males are confident, and they operate more or less in a social hierarchy with other people, beta males, other alpha males in a group, right? So alpha males are more likely to participate in groups. Sigma males have the same qualities, but are more likely to be loners. And the reason why this is important because of what is today's society. A lot of men are more loners than before. A lot of that has to do with the internet culture now. You can work from home. You don't have as many friends, and a lot of people don't see as much value as participating in society. Again, the way that men date now, men are living more at home now, men are more lonely now than before. So there is more Sigma males because really in America, being a part of a community is not as valued as it was back in the day. So this is why this particular video is important about guys who are Sigma males. And a lot of guys just also don't care about the validation of what other people think. Men tend to be more like that than women. So when you're talking about ignoring the first lady, the daily walks, most guys would be able to look at her and say, even if they did like what she looks like, she's problematic. She's problematic. She's too hard to maintain. She doesn't fit into my lifestyle. And in the last, she's not worth an investment. Whenever a man can come to the decision that you are not, as a woman, worth the investment, it doesn't really matter how you look because you're then not obtainable, right? And it's almost like, listen, what if I were to go and talk to her? What would I get out of the situation? I don't think that me dealing with her would give a lot of value in my life. Guys would want her, but I don't see there really being a great impact of me dealing with her just simply because she has a big behind or because she has a big top. So I can look at that, but that's not something that I can take serious. And this is why I think a lot of guys who are in this Sigma male category, guys who are confident, but guys who don't want to participate within the social hierarchy, they are making these, as she said, calculated decisions to not want to participate unless when they see somebody that can really fit their life and fit their distinct personality, they'll go after. But a woman like this, it's not like something that you would find that this is really so much of value for you, and that's why it happens. Let's go to the next clip.
Why does a man ignore you? Well, really, there are three reasons. Number one, it's either something you have done or something you have said. And you might say, well, coach, why is it that they just can't tell me what it is I've done or what I've said? The truth is, many men have been conditioned not to communicate. Because when he shares his feelings, oh, he's sensitive. Oh, he's acting like a little or we've been taught not to share our emotions. Until you cultivate that environment, that's going to be the case. Number two, he wants to manipulate you in some way. He's trying to get some type of outcome from you. And what he does is he withholds his affection and attention to get your attention. And the third thing is he wants to move forward in another way, either with someone else or something else.
Shout out to Coach Ken Canyon. That was a pretty good short. Shout out to him. Check him out on YouTube. Let him know that your boy O'Shea sent you. I think it was a very good YouTube video short. And again, this is talking about ignoring women that you possibly have already had contact with. Number one, you've done something that's wrong. Number two, he's looking to get some affection out of you. Or number three, he wants to move on in a different way. and that has a lot to do with, again, in this particular case, women that you do know, right? But in contrast to women that you don't know, and shout out to Austin Holloman, right? We went to this really cool Tanqueray private party. I don't know if we could put it up in the back, but it was real nice. And it's the kind of situation where I don't think if any guy was at that party, the women that were there, you would want to ignore just because of you felt like it would be some value in the room, right? It was a content creator gig, you know what I mean? It was a lot of ladies that were in business, a lot of ladies that you felt like if you talked to them, they were valuable, things like that. But now if you were to go to like maybe like a bar or a club and you would see like the same ladies, some guys would be just like, man, you know, this lady, she looks nice, but you know, based on what I see her in here doing or how she's dressed, like, yeah, this is a certain particular type, and it's not worth my energy. And a lot of guys are looking at these ladies and like, it's not worth my time. Like I can do better by not dealing with them, or I can do better by who I'm already dealing with. So guys, what do you think? Subscribe, hit the bell. It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson here on Fair Use. What do you guys think? Let's get it. Peace.